Hey guys, Horatio here, and this is my Japan vlog, day 3. We started out on the train from Musashi Murayama all the way into Ikebukuro. It was a very scenic train ride. Got to do a little bit of napping and chatting and sightseeing from outside. Sunday was a rest day, so we didn't really do anything that day, so that's why I kind of skipped from day 1 to day 3. It was a fun little train ride. I'm definitely kind of fond of trains. Like a little boy. Or Kamen Rider Deno. We headed into Ikebukuro initially to meet up with a friend who lives, she's moving to Tokyo now, but she lived in Gunma for a long time. And I hadn't gotten to see her in a couple years. We originally met when we were both in high school in Oregon, so we went to meet up with her at a cafe, but I started at 7-Eleven to get a stamp for my stamp rally, for the Pokemon stamp rally. You collect stamps at different 7-Elevens. When you get 4, you get a card. When you get 8, you get a sheet of stickers. I got my card today, but I'll get a picture of that later. At Excelsior Cafe, I had a royal milk tea with soy. And then Jess and I met up with Dorothy, which was really, really fun. And then it was on to Kamen Rider The Diner. I was definitely impressed all around by Kamen Rider The Diner. The interior was really well decorated with a shocker throne that even lit up that you could take pictures on. There were a variety of props and toys and books everywhere. There were TVs playing repeats of all of the opening themes that were creditless. There were Ichigo and Nico's suits that were really cool. There was even a little sitting area for children. And there were guest books where a variety of people drew a lot of just really impressive artwork of different Kamen Riders and different characters from Kamen Rider. It was a lot of fun to page through the guest books, but I didn't really feel confident enough in my art to leave my own addition to the guest book. But there were a lot of really cute pieces of art from definitely talented artists, and from children, from people who are as passionate about Kamen Rider as all of you are, which is always very fun to see. I feel like there aren't enough Kamen Rider fans in the world, so I always like to see them. We started out with the top secret shocker salad, which was delicious and fresh, then a melon cream soda for my drink. Then I had the Fai's omurice, which was delicious and just really well put together. Then Jess had a very, very good stir-fry for her lunch. And we finished with a Fours parfait that was very cute. And of course I had to stop to have my picture taken in the shocker chair. Then it was on to the gift shop, which was full of a variety of merchandise, many of which is available in stores. They had a bank of gashapon machines, as well as Softly riders, belts, accessories, Kamen Rider wizard rings, all sorts of stuff that's readily available in stores for their standard prices. It wasn't hiked up like you kind of expect it to be in a lot of these kinds of theme restaurants. The prices were all standard, and they had a variety of exclusive merchandise like coasters and hats and t-shirts and grab bags, which was very neat. Then they even had their own store omiyage, which was Kamen Rider-shaped cookies called Kamen Rider the Sable. And when you leave, they give you commemorative coasters and sparklers for free. Overall, Kamen Rider the Dino was a really fun experience. I can't recommend it enough for anybody planning on going to Japan. The food was just amazing and fresh and delicious and very reasonably priced, especially when you consider that it's a theme restaurant. It's very well put together. The interior was a lot of fun, and we definitely got a good laugh that this song was playing as we were getting ready to leave. The staff was very friendly, and they say a lot of fun things when they bring you your food, like eat this and become strong. And then even the elevator was shocker themed. Then it was on to the Pokemon Center in Minato. It was exceedingly crowded, and we weren't really allowed to take footage inside, and I didn't want to get in trouble, so I didn't really try. But it was just crowded, full of children and people trying to move around and get their things. I definitely had fun, but it definitely brought up my crowd anxiety. But I did leave with a pretty big haul of Pokemon goodies. And then from the Pokemon Center, after all of that fun, we started making our way to Tokyo Tower.
Yeah.
Which was a little bit of a walk. We paused in a park and listened to the cicadas and took a rest, drank some drinks. It's very hot in Japan right now, so it's very important to take rest and stay hydrated, especially if you're not used to the heat. If you're from someplace like I am, from San Francisco, where it's always kind of chilly, it's extremely muggy and extremely hot, and you definitely feel it. But the cicada songs are fun to listen to. Then we went to Zojoji Temple on our way to Tokyo Tower and got to wander around the temple grounds, which were very, very pretty. There weren't a whole lot of people out at the time, so we got to see a lot, and it was very fun to see Tokyo Tower getting closer and closer as we wandered through. At Tokyo Tower, they had a Doraemon creator exhibit, which was really fun. It started out with a lot of Doraemon statues, where you could get your picture taken with them, and they were with all of his different gadgets, posing and doing fun things.
Cool.
I was really surprised because we didn't actually know that the Fujio exhibit was happening, but we took advantage of it and got some cute pictures with some of the Doraemon statues, goofed around a little bit. And after the photo ops, it was through a hallway that had a lot of pictures of Fujio manga that referenced the Tokyo Tower. On our way to the main exhibit, where they had a whole lot of original art. They had what they called an SF theater, which was very fun, and then but there was no photography. In the end, there were some more photo ops that we took advantage of, goofing around, and we had just a ton of fun. And finally, there was a gift shop with a variety of Doraemon trinkets, and then a cafe that had dorayaki ice cream. It had cider, mini taiyaki, all sorts of Doraemon-themed pastries, so we stopped and had a snack to tide us over, and then it was up to the 150-meter high observation deck, which is the middle observation deck, the standard observation deck. You get to ride an elevator that had glass doors and just see the skyline of Tokyo rising, which was very fun. The view from the 150-meter observatory was spectacular. It was just getting to be dusk, so we could still see the full city in semi-daylight. There was an area where people could buy charms to leave behind with their wishes or their thoughts on their trips. Their trip to Japan, since it's a very tourist spot, and there was a small shrine where you could buy shrine charms, and then it was waiting in line for another elevator to go up to the special observatory deck, which is at 250 meters, which was a separate ticket, but we picked up our combination ticket for the museum and both observatory decks, since it was my first time getting to see Tokyo Tower. It was nice being able to see it during the day at the 150-meter observatory deck, and then after waiting in line, it was nightfall, so we got to see just the spectacular city lights sprawling out in every direction. I don't think I've ever gazed on a city that just sprawling and enormous at night. It was beautiful. There were no stars in the sky. The light pollution and smog of Tokyo blocks out the stars pretty thoroughly. All we could spot was Venus, but we got to see everything. Then we stopped at a cheap little joint, and I had squid curry for dinner. Then it was back on the train home. By the time we got home, it was nearly midnight. We had a spectacularly long day, but it was just a ton of fun. We just had a wild time. Looking forward to today. Day 4 is Tokyo Disneyland, so look forward to the video, and I'll see you soon.